What's up, y'all? It's Tar, and today we're looking at more of a Riddler who's teasers for the Indigo disc. He posted a couple more, so we're gonna have some fun with this. Last time we talked about the 25 leaked static legendaries that would be in the Indigo disc, these here, which seem to be triggered by an item. And now we go to today. So here's the first new teaser. These get a bit confusing. So he posts a picture of a blue Hisuian Voltorb, and he writes, "Why must they destroy the pattern? Electric, fire, water, steel, rock, psychic. Why must they destroy the pattern?" So at a first glance, I didn't give this proper thought because Kobe posting all this Terra Raid stuff, but there is something to the 6 typings he posted. Electric, fire, and water are the typings of the legendary beasts. Steel, rock, psychic, it was almost the 3 swords of justice. Instead of psychic, it should be grass. So this is what it really is, what I think it is. Electric, fire, and water, he's not talking about specifically the Paradox legendary beasts, but their signature moves. By using this logic, Steel, Rock, Psychic makes sense because Varazian's signature move is a psychic move, and then Tachyon Cutter, which is for Cobalion, would seem like a steel move. So these are about the new moves that are in the Indigo disc, specifically for those paradoxes. Alright, so let's go over the moves real quick. For Suicune and Varazian, we have Hydro Steam and Psyblade. Water move does 50% more in the sun. Psychic move does 50% more in the electric terrain. So that's the first set. The second set for Raikou and Cobalion is Tachyon Cutter and Thunderclap. Tachyon Cutter is a steel move that hits twice and has perfect accuracy, and Thunderclap is like an electric type sucker punch. It fits what he said here perfectly. So following this pattern, the last set would have to be a fire signature move for Paradox Entei and then a rock signature move for Paradox Terrakion, which at least tells us there is an Entei and Terrakion, if somehow we had doubts in our mind. As for why Game Freak broke the pattern, I'ma say they just didn't realize they're breaking the pattern. Let's see what the comments say. Well, we have this Chinese comment. If he's not psychic, he doesn't have psychic attack moves except burst. Okay, that is actually weirdly accurate. These are Paradox Varazian's level up moves. It doesn't learn any freaking psychic moves. So maybe that's why they gave it Psyblade. It's like, you could have just gave it Psycho Cut. Solar Blade exists. Why would they make another grass sword move? But yeah, about destroying the pattern, I'm certain he's talking about the moves, and Entei will still remain a dragon and Terrakion a psychic type. Which is weird. Terrakion especially is so freaking macho. I cannot imagine this man with psychic abilities. Next up, Ku posts this. This is not a Pokemon teaser, but he's on some Zodiac killer crap where he's leaving breadcrumbs of where he's been for himself to get caught. He's like, "Been here today, suckers, catch me, Game Freak." I don't even trust you, Ku. You were probably there yesterday. I'll be honest, alright? Ku's kind of a genius that he hasn't been caught yet. It's easy to slip up if you're a leaker. Imagine he's fed fake information. They can instantly find him, right? So think about Pokemon. They feed like their team all different bits of information. So whoever's feeding Ku, the moment Ku tries to regurgitate that info, they could catch him. But somehow he hasn't been caught. Even with all the weird Central crap, I gotta respect him. So here's the next one. He writes, "The teaser," and it's in the format of a meme. Is this the pineapple guy? So he has black and white, then he has Duraludon. He puts black and white and Duraludon together, you get Archaludon or Archaludon. So aside from it being a joke as well, especially since he wrote the teaser, it would seem like he's saying Archaludon's new evolution is supposed to help tie into some stuff involving Unova being revisited. It's crazy, he's teasing black and white again. If black and white does get revisited, however it goes, if they decide to expand on the games, then there's a lot of interesting changes they can make, like Sky Arrow Bridge here. Clearly, Archaludon is made to look like a bridge, especially when it's using its signature move. In an updated Unova game with new lore in 2024, they could write stuff like it was based off an ancient Archaludon, or maybe it is a giant Archaludon just freaking sitting there. Or you learn that like the people in Unova, a lot of their inventions come from them studying Pokemon like Archaludon and Duraludon. So when you go to Castile City and you see all those buildings, maybe they learned how to make buildings with structural integrity by looking at this guy. I mean, look, the triangles. And one last thing. So about the teaser where he puts the 25 legendaries that you get through special items, there is a bit more to it where he says, to find out how to obtain these items and trigger the legendary encounters, refer to our previous post where we tease the method. And so if you dig through, this is his previous post. It's the one that says Terrapiece Stella. It always comes back. But not only Terrapiece Stella, but a second post tied to it that says Synchro Machine. So this gives a new light to Terrapistera. Stella. So obviously one way to look at it is this has to do with the naming scheme of the 19th type, and this is a Terra shard to give your Pokemon the 19th Terra type. But since he's tagged this along with Synchro Machine, another idea is maybe, and this just like feeds deeper into the dream idea, maybe these are like 19th type Terra shards and you do use them to change your typing, but you can also use them on some kind of Synchro Machine. And if they're filled with dream power, you gather like 100 of them, you put them in the machine, and it like spits out one of the 25 legendary items that you can then go into Area 0 and trigger one of the static legendaries. Thinking of the shards as like a blob of dream energy or astral energy kind of works out like this. A Synchro Machine sounds crazy. It sounds like an invention Sada Tour would have made. I don't imagine Blueberry Academy being that smart. I don't know why I think this. They could have invented it too, and there are some stuff Blueberry has accomplished, like they made the whole underwater terrarium, but a lot of that is a more natural feel. In terms of like the science and creating machinery, it sounds like if there is a Synchro Machine, that it's made using Sada and Turo's blueprints. I mean in the sense that along with the AI blueprints and the time machine blueprints Sada and Turo made, that maybe there was a bunch of other blueprints that they just never ended up making. So I imagine Blueberry found one of these unrealized blueprints and made it, and that's our Synchro Machine. Actually, in a weird way, I mean, what if, you know, he's written Synchro Machine here. What if this is, he's literally to our face talking about the time machine? As if this is what it's actually called. Synchro as in like you synchronize with Terubagus's power. So Terubagus's power is synced with your dreams. You make something out of thin air. Synchro Machine. And then remember Kuti some PK Hex-like feature, which is essentially generating Pokemon or like easily modifying their IVs and movesets and all. Maybe we use the time machine or the Synchro Machine for that too. Yeah, I can't with this time versus imagination debate. I go crazy every day because in my mind I keep going back and forth. These 8 days, they're going by so slowly, it's felt like 3 months. Some EV/IV training? Hey, yo, it's not the treadmills. That ain't the Synchro Machine, but what kind of futuristic treadmill is that? What, you're gonna play Pokemon Go as you're running? Now, this looks like the club room for Blueberry Academy, so maybe if it works like a secret base and you can put all these appliances, maybe that is like an IV training piece of equipment. Okay, so it is an interesting idea, gathering all these special Terra shards, putting them into this Synchro Machine, and getting a legendary out. But hopefully there's something more fun to it, because then the steps to getting all the legendaries would be just repeating the same process again and again, right? But no, there might be some twist, right? Because you're doing this Synchro Machine process to get the artifact or an item relating to the legendary, you know, not the legendary itself. So maybe it's the same process to get a random artifact of the 25, but then you do something fun with that artifact. Because the Hoopa portals kind of had some variation, and especially the Ultra Warp Ride. You would go to these different set locations for the legendaries, and then especially for the Ultra Beasts, they'd have their own worlds. I will be honest, I am optimistic. I think this little 25 static legendary thing will turn out fun. Make sure to shank that like button. We got a bunch of theories to go through as well. You guys have some sick ideas, so we'll do that next time. Take care.